The Feathered Robe from Heaven. Long, long ago, there lived a hunter named Ikatomi at the bottom of the mountain. One fine spring morning, Ikatomi climbed up the mountain for hunting as usual. What a beautiful morning today! Ikatomi looked up the sky. Then he saw many floating things which looked like white mists against a clear blue sky. Mysteriously, the white floating things came down from the air and got down on the nearby lake. What are they? Are they swans? 1, 2, 3. I can see 8. Ikatomi was very surprised and hurried to the lake. There he did not see swans, but very beautiful 8 maidens swimming in the lake. Ikatomi looked around the lake and found something like white clothes hanging on the branch of a pine tree in a short distance. What a beautiful kimono that is! It must be a feathered robe from heaven. I will take it home for family treasure. Ikatomi took one of them and put it in his inside pocket. After bathing for a while, the maiden fairies stepped out of water and put their feathered robes on. Then they flew back to heaven. One fairy, however, was left behind because Ikatomi took her robe. Alas, where is my feathered robe? I cannot go home without it. The fairy broke down crying in tears. Seeing this, Ikatomi felt very sorry for her and handed out the feathered robe to her. Here, it is yours. Oh, thank you so much. The beautiful smile on the fairy's face fascinated him completely. So he had a second thought and said to the fairy, I cannot return this robe to you. I deeply fell in love with you. You should stay here and be my wife, will you? The fairy pleaded him to return her robe, but he would not give it back to her. So the fairy reluctantly married Ikatomi. 3 years passed. The fairy lived happily with Ikatomi. However, she was always longing for home in heaven. One day, Ikatomi left home for hunting. While the fairy was cleaning the house, she noticed a black package in the attic. What is inside of this? The fairy opened it to find her own feathered robe. Oh my goodness! I finally found my robe, but what should I do? The fairy could not decide what to do right away. She came to love Ikatomi in the course of time. Still, I want to go back home in heaven. She was faced with the alternative of living on earth as a wife of Ikatomi or going back home in heaven. At last, she decided to go back to heaven. At that time, Ikatomi had hunted a lot of animals and sold them in town. He bought a beautiful comb for his fairy wife and he was just returning home. Ikatomi happened to look up to the sky and caught the sight of his wife, the fairy, flying back to heaven. Oh no! Good heavens! Wait! Wait! Ikatomi ran with his all might, but the figure of the fairy soon disappeared in the sky. The end.